Star Trek, a groundbreaking program unafraid to challenge preconceptions and push the frontiers of human potential. They have the words "where no one has gone before" right there in the opening thingy. The show had one of TV's first interracial kisses, a bridge crew featuring an African-American woman, an Asian helmsman, and a Russian tactical officer, the first televised man-on-lizard mixed martial arts. The show premiered just a few years after the signing of the Civil Rights Act, with an integrated crew who worked together with no sign of prejudice. So, why no gay characters? George Takei, who played Sulu, says that he asked Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry for a gay crew member, but Gene told him that the interracial kiss had nearly doomed the series, so a gay character would never make it to air. But Gene's position had softened by the 1980s when they were developing The Next Generation. At a fan convention in 1986, Gene told the audience, "We should show gay people on board the Enterprise." That's according to David Gerrold, who was at the event with Gene. David wrote The Trouble with Tribbles for the original series and went on to write for Babylon 5 and The Twilight Zone, among many other works. David took Gene at his word and wrote an episode called Blood and Fire, not to be confused with the Targaryen words, that's fire and blood, though I'd be willing to entertain some Tasha Yar Khaleesi shipping. In the script, a ship's crew is infested with Regulan bloodworms, a deadly parasite that was intended as a metaphor for HIV. David meant for the episode to address public fear of donating blood in the 1980s. The episode also featured 2 gay crew members, no word on whether they would be wearing skants. It was just a fleeting reference. Riker was to ask one of them, "How long have you two been together?" and one would reply, "Since the Academy." But there was an outcry behind the scenes. According to David, producer Rick Berman freaked out, as did Gene's lawyer, Leonard Maslish. By all accounts, Leonard was a destructive influence on the show, seizing control and forcing changes while purporting to speak for Gene. They made David go through rewrite after rewrite on the episode, but it was never enough. Eventually, he and the show parted ways on harsh terms, and with him went the best chance of getting gays on the Enterprise. There were oblique references to non-binary sexuality on The Outcast, which was mostly an allegory for reparative therapy, and then there was the episode The Host, in which Dr. Crusher falls in love with a character but then breaks it off when their gender changes. That episode basically erased the possibility that there could be any queer people at all in the 24th century. Apparently, Dr. Crusher can fall in love with a ghost in a candle, but a woman is unthinkable. There was also the Deep Space Nine episode Rejoined, where a same-sex kiss emphasized the breaking of a taboo, and the episode Stigma of Enterprise could be seen as an allegory for HIV stigma, but it really doesn't count because it was Enterprise, so nobody saw it. Come at me, Enterprise fans. But there is a happy ending for Blood and Fire. The episode came back to life a few years ago thanks to a fan production. Showrunners obtained the script, did a rewrite to set it in the original series, and the original writer, David Gerrold, directed it. You can watch it at StarTrekNewVoyages.com, and it's a bit steamy. So we did finally get a same-sex couple on the Enterprise, just not officially. We're still waiting for just one queer-identifying character in an official Star Trek movie or show. Now, there is a new movie coming out in 2016, Star Trek Beyond. We might get a gay character somewhere in there. It's being directed by Justin Lin, who also directed Fast and Furious 6, a franchise known for its challenging of social preconceptions and political courage. We'll find out soon if we finally get a gay character in space. In the meantime, a franchise once known for breaking boundaries and daring to imagine humanity overcoming its prejudices now has some fun action sequences. Fortunately, there are fans to continue the legacy. By the way, for much more on Star Trek, gay science fiction, and the impact of writers like David Gerrold, check out my podcast, The Sewers of Paris. Episode 10 is all about finding queer icons in sci-fi. You can get it at sewersofparis.com and subscribe here for more videos. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to join the away team.